You're at the Watchman Way. April 12th, 2020. Happy Easter. I keep saying every day there's a lot going on. And every day we get more confirmation, I think, that this is happening. I don't see any way around it, guys. This is going to be a huge month. I think it all comes down. The swamp, the pedophiles, the economy. I don't see where else it can go from here, based on everything that's happening in the world. You know, they can't redo this virus again, and we're just getting more and more reports. You know, of more kids being saved and more people being arrested. A report that Bill Gates, they tagged and released him, arrested him, booked him, I think put an ankle bracelet on him and sent him home. That's one report that came out today. A lot happening, guys. This is going to be a huge week. Oh, before I forget, congratulations to all of the Watchmen. On Easter, we go over 3,500 members. I was just like, a couple of weeks ago, we were at 2,000. We're going to be 10,000, I think. Maybe by the end of this month. I said it earlier, and I think if everything happens that I think is going to happen, we'll be at 10,000 members. Because every time something else clicks, we get another 100 members. People are starting to wake up. We're not having to chase them anymore. They're coming to us, which helps, takes a lot of pressure off. So congratulations to all of you guys, and especially Lisa, Danielle, Susie. I should probably throw in Gary, Tessie. Good job, guys. David, for sure. I know David shares. Guys, watch David's example. He must share, 10 or 15 different sites every night. That's what gets the word out, guys. The more people that hear this message, the more people we get on board with this. So don't be afraid to share it. We're almost to the end. You know, don't worry about your friends making fun of you, calling you a conspiracy theorist. Now's the time to be bold. We're at the end. Finish it up. That video that we posted, and of course a lot of people have posted it, Out of the Shadows, over 1 million views in 24 hours. You don't think people are waking up? 1 million, that's huge. People are waking up quickly. And the good thing about this is they got nothing else to do. They're getting bored at home. They got something to do now. Start doing your homework. You couldn't write a better script. How many times have I said that? In the last 500 hours of live chats? 1,000? I don't know. But it keeps getting better. I'm telling the truth. What do you want me to do? There was a video that we posted today also. This guy it sounds like what this guy was doing, something like we are doing now on a, well, we'll see. But years ago, in Canada. And he came out, I guess, with his first video in a while because he still had a lot of contacts, I think, in Canadian military intelligence. I think that's what he was talking about when he was saying MI. Here, it's, military intelligence, who are telling him that it's on. They're taking down the Queen. They're taking down the Pope. And Putin, like I've been saying, right there with President Trump, there are going to be teams of Russian and American, maybe even Chinese troops, special forces type troops, arresting these people. The world is a different place, guys. Just think about that. Think about China and Russia and America working together on this. I mean, isn't that pretty encouraging? I mean, this is the only way that the world gets destroyed, is if we get in some kind of a conflict with each other. We're working together because the evil is being removed. It's going to touch almost every facet of your life. Again, I keep saying, it's hard for me to put into words what our future, what God has showed me our future is. It's heaven on earth plus. It's man's greatest age, the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. Why are we stressing? Why are people afraid? There's nothing to fear at all. They've been 10 steps ahead of these guys every single time. The guy in the video was saying that, I think he's been watching live chats actually, because the part I saw, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched enough to know he's spot on because he's saying exactly what we're saying. God, where's that going? Well, it just was a mirror of what we've been saying. The part I saw, he talked about the pedophilia, but didn't get real deep into it. But that's, and he says the same thing. He's saying, I don't think it's going to be this long. I mean, it's going to be devastating. Like I said, cognitive dissonance is our biggest threat. He thinks it's going to be a year or two before people shake out of this cognitive dissonance. I think we're going to snap back faster than that. 6 months to a year. I think, and if we get this thing turning, what I envision is that this is going to end suddenly. I think that magically the cure is going to be discovered and the virus is over, the threat's over, we can all go back to work, except for us retired folks. Yeah, like I'm retired, right? I'm working harder than I ever worked for pay. Oh, good. But we turn this thing around quickly, so we're not sitting around a bunch longer. People give it another 2 weeks, because where are we at now? We're at the 12th. We're 2 weeks plus away from the end of the month, and I think by the end of the month, first part of May at the latest, I think. Because there's no reason to drag this on once we have the guys we want and the kids saved. Then we can, hey, it's all good. Whether they want to announce it then, we'll see. I don't know why they wouldn't. Once the kids are saved and all the threats have been neutralized, there's no reason not to tell us. Especially, like I said over and over again, no one's going to condone this. No one's going to support this. And then if you add JFK Jr. on top of that, him coming back, I'm glad they didn't do that today. That could have been a bad move. But anytime after today is going to be awesome, because can you imagine that? Oh, we arrested Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, but here's JFK Jr. back to tell you why we arrested him and what happened to his dad and who the people were. Bush, 41, planned the JFK assassination. I've said, when people find out what this guy's been responsible for, he'll go down on the same level as Hitler. He'll be called America's Hitler. The little weasel that snuck around mostly behind the scenes, except his ego, I think, got him into the presidency. Because usually those guys like to stay, behind the scenes. But since the Second World War, or before, he was in on this. He had a very long career. He murdered a lot of kids. I wish he was alive. Well, and they say, well, I think he suicided himself, but he had a choice: suicide yourself, or we're gonna expose you. And he wanted the funeral that, his name will be drugged through the mud as deserved. He's not going to get the respect, the what he was looking for is not coming. He's going to be exposed for who he was. And his kid, an imbecile who I think feels bad about the crap they did, and I think he might have turned on his old man too. And I would give him credit for that if he did. Because you can't, I don't care blood or not. You can't. Torturing, murdering children, guys. If you're not going to draw the line there, something's wrong with you. You got bigger problems in the economy. Anyone who doesn't denounce the Democratic Party and the liberal globalist agenda, well, put it this way. Even the people that agree with the globalist agenda aren't going to talk about it because they're not going to want to be associated with these people. They're going to not want the backlash because they're going to be people. Can you imagine? 800,000 kids a year in the United States alone. If you're a parent of one of those kids and then you know what happened to them, when you see these videos or hear about these videos, the most powerful people in the world, the most wealthy people in the world, the ones that have been stealing us blind for over 100 years, torturing and murder our children. On top of that, not only do you steal us blind, you're taking our kids to torture and murder. They would not want to be walking the streets. And I'm not condoning violence, but they would not want to be walking the streets. Because I'll guarantee you, some parent is going to take their revenge. Judgment Day is here. Justice is coming. Not only to America, but to the world. Wherever these rats have dug a hole, they're going to find them. Everyone who's guilty is going down. And here's the beautiful thing about the system that they set up, the system that's been tracking us way before 2001, when they thought they could sneak it in and say it was legal, which it's not. It's a violation of the Constitution. All the crap they put in the Patriot Act. It's been going on for a lot longer than that. And guess what? They weren't just tracking us. They were tracking everyone. They didn't think they had to worry. They thought they could be as bold and arrogant as they wanted to be because they were driving the bus. The globalists, since Bush, 41, have been driving the bus, have had control of the situation. So they didn't have to worry about being exposed because who's going to expose them? Their accomplices? But they never anticipated President Trump coming along. And that's what screwed them. And that's why they fought so violently to get rid of him. There were 11 assassination attempts, I think, at least, on President Trump. Pence is going down for treason because I think he was involved in the one on the 4th of July, along with Paul Ryan. Ryan's going down for treason. 400 and almost 45, something like that, congressmen are going to be indicted out of 535. Think about that. These are the guys supposedly working for us, running our country. And only 90 out of 535 aren't going to be indicted. And that's probably because they're the new guys. And there's a couple of good ones in there. I hope Ron Paul, or his Rand, doesn't go down in this. I don't think he's going to, but who knows? Nothing would surprise me at this point. You can't be surprised because you get down that rabbit hole. I mean, you're talking about the Pope, you're talking about the Queen, you're talking about Prince Andrew. 3 former U.S. presidents are going to be arrested and executed. The Queen's going to be executed. The Pope, they're going to suicide themselves. Who, in their right mind, I mean, try talking about this 5 years ago. Try talking to people about this 5 years ago. It doesn't get any better, guys. That's what I don't get about people, supposedly woke people who are agonizing through this. It's part of the plan. This had to happen, and you could not plan this any smoother. When we get to the end of this, and the people get to see the whole picture, they're going to be embarrassed for whining the way they did. Because the other options, a lot more people weren't going to make it through this. It's brilliant. They will be studying this plan, which is at least 20 years, for thousands of years. It's the greatest accomplishment in human history. Bar none. This evil has ruled us for thousands of years, since Babylon. It's been going on. And in our lifetime, we're a part of this. Again, you're going to look back in 6 months or a year and be embarrassed. The ones that are whining right now. Because it shouldn't have gone this smoothly. It shouldn't. What they accomplished is genius. Brilliant. You can't find a hole in it. Perfection. And this doesn't happen. An operation this big, we're talking the whole world. Virtually every government had to be involved. These guys had bases all over the world. You won't believe the size. You won't believe the precision. It's otherworldly. It's biblical. You can't explain it any other way. You can't do any operation. I mean, a fraction of this size and have it go this well. The bigger the operation, the bigger the chance for a problem. And they did the biggest operation in human history with perfection. Let that sink in. Anybody in the military is going to understand this. And even though you may not understand the scope, I think you understand that it's the whole world, and just think about what that involves. The coordination. And how well Putin and President Trump played this whole game. They knew it was coming. They worked them. It was like a cat with a mouse with the media and the globalist. Their arrogance, I think, got to them. They didn't in a million years believe that we could pull this off. I think right up to the end. But they don't look that confident now. They all look like they're wetting their pants. They all look like they know what's coming. And they're going to get judgment on this side, and they're going to get judgment from God. Neither end is going to go well for them. No one's going to escape justice. No one's going to beat this rap. Not one person. They're going to get a fair trial, but the evidence is overwhelming because they gave it to us on a platter. We've got every text message, every phone call, every email. We listened in on every meeting they had where they had their phones, and they were so arrogant, they didn't mind. They didn't take precautions because it was only going to their buddies. They left it wide open. It was there was a wealth of evidence. Target-rich environment for prosecutors. They had thousands of hours of video from the honeypots that Epstein was running. The NSA has it all. Military intelligence. They were filming all these people at Pedo Ranch, at his New York City mansion, at his Florida mansion, ranch in New Mexico. He had them all set up with cameras. Got it all on tape. And then all their phone calls. I mean, these guys are done. It's over. And I think it's over now. It's over this month. I think the biggest part of this thing is going to be done this month. And then it's going to be continual mop up. Probably going to take 6 months more or a year, I think, to get everybody. Remember, there's 155,000 indictments nationwide. That's just here. 155,000 in America. And I think most of them are here. I mean, there's going to be a big roundup in the EU, I think. Not as big as here, though. This is something to think about. Depending on how quickly this goes down, the swamp draining. Listen, Biden's not going to make it to the election. I don't think they would let him go because they know he's going to get slaughtered. And plus, there's also criminal charges coming out against Biden. Yeah, spoiler alert. One of the victims, one of his assault victims, now has filed criminal charges against the presidential candidate from the Democratic Party. Believe every woman. Don't forget that. Believe every woman. Liberals. He's not going to make it to the election. I mean, they're going to arrest him before that. He's not a candidate. But think about this. You notice how hard they've been pushing the transgender narrative in America? It seems like it's been overboard lately, at least for me. Do you think about this? What's their last hope? If Biden goes down, you know, they won't put Bernie up there. Who's their last hope? Think about it for a second. Michelle Obama. Michael Obama. That's why they've been pushing the transgender, a backup plan. Who might be a first plan, but I don't think so. Because it can't fly. But it's going to be their only hope to put a candidate out there that has any kind of a chance. And then they're going to go the transgender route. You know, they're going to beat that drum, and they're going to tout all of her. What they're going to say are accomplishments, but what the hell did she accomplish? It's going to be hogwash. But what else are they going to do? That's a possibility. And now I think she could go down too, or she should go down. I think she will go down. She's not on the same level, I don't think, as the Clintons and her husband. It's just throwing it out there because I could be coming if there's enough time. They might just take them all down, and then it's over anyway. So either way, guys, President Trump wins the election with 90% of the vote. There's no other way it can go because it's pretty obvious now. The swamp is coming down before the 2020 election, and all this comes out. Tell me how he doesn't get 90% of the vote. Anybody who doesn't agree, tell me how it happens. He wins 90% of the vote, hands down. I mean, he might go unopposed. I mean, what are they going to throw? Who are they going to put up there? They're all going to be in jail. Look, California, any politician from California, sorry. They're not going to survive. They're all going down. And way before the election. POTUS tweet. Governors, get ready. Basically what it said. Big things are coming. He's going to make them ask for martial law. That's what he's going to do. He's going to make them ask because he knows where this is going. And he'll keep it shut down, I think, until it happens. And they can't hang on much longer. It's happening, guys. Yeah. Oh, boy. Weimar America. That's a Weimar Germany. Hyperinflation. People with wheelbarrows to the grocery store to buy a loaf of bread. Weimar America. That's a Zero Hedge headline. What have I been telling you about hyperinflation? They keep printing. It's going to happen. The only thing that's going to save us from hyperinflation is if President Trump cuts the spigot off and we just collapse, or he declares a reset. And I think that's what is going to happen. I think he's going to declare a reset. For the first time ever, all 50 states are now under a major disaster declaration. The first time ever, all 50 states. Sounds a lot like martial law to those people who said that would never happen. And you can call it whatever you want. If you're locked down, it's martial law. And I think the troops are going to be, I think they're going to make it official here probably this week. Let's see. Virus hysteria adds $10 trillion to the national debt. They were never going to pay back. But remember I told you was 250 trillion is a real national debt. When you figure all of the money they've been hiding, that's over 50 trillion. The money they've been hiding is over 50 trillion. Then when you add in the unfunded liabilities, Social Security, Medicare, we're at over 250 trillion. We're probably 260 now with this extra 10 trillion. 260 trillion. They tried to tell us that the worldwide debt was only 250 trillion, 55, something like that. You can't, this is over, guys. You can't, that money's never going to be paid back. Never. And President Trump knows it. That's why he's running up the credit cards, like I've been telling you guys to do. The rich people are doing it. And there's nothing to feel guilty about because you're not doing anything wrong. If the credit card, if you want to pay the minimum payment, pay the minimum payment. But eventually, whatever you bought, you're going to own free and clear. Good time to buy a new car. 0% down. 6 months, no payments. You probably never make a payment on that car. Okay. Yeah, guys, you got to get your money out of the system. Physical silver and Litecoin, assets outside the system. Protect your wealth or what you have left. Do something that's going to help your family. This is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. Most of it's going to come through cryptocurrencies. The biggest part of that's going to be Litecoin. Silver is going to be huge. 10 times better than gold. That's why physical silver and Litecoin. All the sites are listed where you can buy it. Silver and Litecoin. Don't miss the boat, guys. Time is running out. And I'm telling you, when this goes down, there's going to be an hour. You're going to have 1 hour. And you won't be able to get in because they're going to be overwhelmed. The dealers will, in this 1 hour period, the dealers will be overwhelmed. It's going to be like a crapshoot even getting through to them. Don't do that to yourself. Get it now. Get it today where you can still get it. It could happen tomorrow. The Dow's well, whenever I started, right before I came on, the Dow futures were down 290 points. Litecoins at 4260. Gold was at 1740. Silver's at 1579. Still a great buy. Great buys on Litecoin and silver. These are gifts from God. We are days or weeks away from the first ever world economic collapse. And we have these prices. It shouldn't be happening. God has his hand on this. Trust me. They should be 10 times the price right now. With what's going on in the world? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that there you could go look. Catherine Austin Fitts and Professor Mark Skidmore, I think, is from Michigan. He's a professor. I think he might run the economics department at Michigan. Well, they got together. Catherine Austin Fitts was, I think, assistant director to the Treasury for Reagan, I think. Big Washington background, big economic background. They dug into the budget and the books, and what they found was 23 trillion that had gone missing, confirmed 23 trillion from HUD and the Department of Defense. And they really were, I think that's what was Obama's piggy bank. We're going to find out a lot about where a lot of that money went. And it went to a lot of politicians, crooked politicians from around the world. Anyway, you can look that up. Mark Skidmore, Catherine Austin Fitts, Greg Hunter. And that's somebody else you guys should be paying attention to. Greg Hunter was a reporter for ABC back in the real days of news. And of course got run off when they went globalist. A great guy, great info, does some really good interviews. Great interviews. This would be a good time to go back and watch some of the Mark Taylor interviews with him. Make you feel good about what's going on, guys. I mean, and his message, our messages, Mark Taylor's mine, I haven't seen any differences in them. There might be, but I haven't seen them. We're like spot on as far as God's involvement in this. Oil stocks crash into the red. OPEC deal falls apart. Wait till you see the stock market tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be pretty. And if it's not tomorrow, 21st, 22nd, it's going, guys. Baby's going. Manhattan's a ghost town. How about that? Good time to film a movie. Deutsche Bank. This is rich coming from Deutsche Bank. Some of the biggest criminals in the banking world. There's no such thing as a free market. That's coming from Deutsche Bank. Yeah, the gall. You got to be kidding me. Yeah. Not free to steal. That's what they're upset about. They can't steal anymore. I think 8 of them were convicted of fixing the silver market. From Deutsche Bank. They're pissed off because the game is over. Now the Treasury's running the Fed. So that game's over. No more free money, guys. EU reports modest slowdown in virus cases. But the global total nears 2 million. Think about that now. There's 7.5 billion people in the world. And this has been going on now for 6 weeks or 2 months. And only 2 million people, not even 2 million people, have it yet. This is not a pandemic. It's not a pandemic. 1% mortality rate. It's less than the flu. This was a cover for what's going on right now. They wanted targets off the street. What did I say about the sleeper cells? I think I might have been the first guy by a long shot to break that story. By months, we called that. Here's some good news, bad news. This is a reason we need a reset. The median mortgage debt has quadrupled for those over 65. Think about that. The debt for mortgages. I mean, usually by the time people turn 65, their house was long ago paid for. But we've had to use that equity to keep the wheels turning. $250 trillion in debt. Worldwide record debt. This can't continue. It's a mathematical certainty. It was a mathematical certainty 5 years ago. Now we're seeing the end. Yeah, that was an Easter miracle in the EU. Yeah, miracle. Okay, yeah, it's a miracle that everybody isn't on top of it by now. Russia sees, they're going to keep driving that fear porn. Russia sees over 2,000 new cases. Oh, the biggest single day bump. It's a joke. It's a flu. And it's Joe Biden, yeah. That guy can't go down quick enough. What a slime ball. How did he last this long? Look at all the video they have of him on the mainstream media. Sexually assaulting kids on the stage. Amazing. And not a peep from the mainstream media. Do you ever see one criticism from the mainstream media on that crap? Can you imagine if President Trump had done the same thing? He'd have been crucified. I mean, not that President Trump would, but just think about if it was flipped. You liberals got to start using your critical thinking skills here. It's not the same. There's different treatment. You have to ask why. Why are they treating people differently? Use your heads, critical thinking skills. More than a third of Americans are considering selling blood if this thing continues, if the lockdown continues. That's why, we can't keep this going any longer than it has to. As soon as we can pull out of this, President Trump's going to pull us out. And it's going to be a pretty quick deal, too. It's not going to go like a week or weeks. It's going to be a few days, I think, and we're back up and running. Everything's going to open up. Can't keep it shut down. It's going to make it that much harder to come back out of it. Lockdown continues. Police tell pastor your rights have been suspended. This is in a drive-in church in Mississippi. In Mississippi, I would think they're more conservative there. But yeah, they shut down a church. Now listen, there's no cause to start a movement over this. This is part of the process. The globalists are gonna overstep their bounds a little bit. We can't react to that. Step back, take a deep breath. This is all ending. You're seeing the last gasp of a dying breed of monsters. These people are going down and they know it, and they're going to push as hard as they can against us. They're going to do this stuff. Okay, they shut down the church. Okay, go ahead. Next week or the week after, we're going to be back, and they're all going to be gone. Don't do something foolish right now. And we don't need to go there. This is all going to be handled. It's all part of the plan. Don't fall into that trap. Don't get into a situation like that and go full constitutional crazy There's no reason. It's not a constitutional issue. This is an overreach. This is a part of a battle. This is Armageddon is what we're seeing, guys. And the world's not going to believe it, but when you find out what's been going on behind the scenes, it was a war. There was a war going on. Most of it underground. It's going to be exposed. It's all going to be released. Okay. Get your money out of the markets. Get your money out of the bank. Physical silver and Litecoin today. Don't wait. You don't have much time. Virtually everybody in the top of the Obama administration is going down. Bush administration too. Clinton, Gary, that's your own fault, Gary. I told you. Kevin, what's up? For God and country here. That's our prayer. Shirley, how you doing? Not? Okay. You can go to Noble Gold and Silver, but check your prices because those guys I think are really high. Go to JM Bullion, SD Bullion. They'll be posted. There's a reason we recommend them. They're competitive. God is protecting our broadcast. That's how. Thanks, David. Yeah, the Secret Service came to visit me, guys. Go to the websites SD, Sam David Bullion.com, JM Bullion, JimMary.com, Bullion.com. Yeah, Gary's got them right there. Ray Lynn, how you doing? Oh, before I forget, please, this is about ready to go down. You guys need to start taking this seriously. Please register on the website, thewatchmenway.com, with your information so we can contact you if communications go down, or maybe we have one form but not another. It's going to be your benefit, guys. And also, we've asked for help. And I really appreciate the people that have come forward. One of the other positions that we need help with is mentoring. Mentors, people that are really well versed. This isn't a position for a newbie. You've got to be doing this for a couple of years now to get this position because you got to be kind of well rounded on all the topics. And you can't do that in a couple of months. It takes a couple of years to get this stuff down. So anybody that would like to help, get a hold of Lisa, Danielle, Susie, or me. You can get a hold of Kevin Owens also. And Kevin, by the way, any Litecoin questions, silver questions, ledger questions as far as the setup, he's our man. Kevin Owens. You'll see him on the live chats. Friend him. Deborah, how you doing? Scott. Yeah, Scott's likes SD Bullion. Where we go one, we go all. Jessica, how you doing? Greg Hunter is awesome. Donald Marshall, not off the top of my head. Kathleen's used both. They're great companies, guys. I mean, we recommend them because of their track record. The only reason you don't use them if they're out of stock. Well, and don't even go. I mean, everybody's going to be out of stock on stuff. If you can get it, it doesn't make any difference. Get it ordered. If it's going to take a month or 6 weeks, get it ordered. You're going to get it at the price that you paid for. If you cancel the deal because it's going to take too long, you may never get that price again. It's only going to get more expensive. Well, listen, Chris is talking about something that I picked out right away. there has not been a Democratic Republican paradigm for 20 years, 30 years. Well, actually, yeah, at least 30. Yeah, 30 years at least. It's been globalist, patriot. That's the new paradigm. The Democrats, the liberals, are the globalists, and the conservatives, and there were a lot of conservatives that were also globalist. So people like McCain, people like Paul Ryan, they're not patriots. They're globalist. And you can see by the decisions they made and the things they did. Pence, another one. You're going to know when you see him go down. Tessie gave one of her kids a roll of dimes. Good job, Tessie. Silver dimes, 90% silver. Don't forget, when you're buying silver, you want at least $300 to $500 of 90% silver dimes. Find them under junk silver. And then the rest of your silver buy, get in 1 ounce pieces, either rounds or bars, whatever's the least expensive. Do not pay extra for the specialty coins. And I don't believe I have to say that more than once, but I do, because people who just heard it a couple of days ago are asking about silver eagles. No, the cheapest thing they have. Don't pay that extra premium. Buy another coin with that money. That's going to bring you back a better return. Trust me. New World Order's dead. Tessie, how you doing? Thanks, David. Yeah. Most people who went through the Depression are that way. Wouldn't have a credit card. I know some people who went their whole lives without credit cards. Just wouldn't, they could have got any credit card they wanted. Wouldn't have any part of it. Robin, how you doing? Joanne, hello. Yeah, Joanne's exactly right. The elderly had to use. That's what I've been saying. They're living on their equity. That's the only thing that's kept this going. Was they inflated the house values. Now remember, when this all goes down, you're going to own your house, but you're going to lose 80% of the value. It shouldn't matter. Your house is going to be paid for. You're going to have a place to live. We're going to end the Watchmen. We're going to end homelessness. We're going to end hunger in America and then the world. That's our first call to duty. Yeah, I heard you can't buy seeds for planting. Suspicious. I'm going to throw this out here. I don't want anybody to panic. This is not fear porn. I've been following Nibiru or Planet X, whatever you want to call it, since the 90s. There's a chance, there's a possibility that it could be coming around in a year or two. So I'm not saying that's what's going on. I'm not saying I don't think this is what President Trump's talking about when he's saying there's something big that he has to make a decision on. The other thing, if it's true, and I think this thing is real. When you look at historical record, that's what sold me. There's descriptions in China of this thing coming around. There's descriptions in the Bible of this thing coming around. I don't believe it's going to be a dangerous pass if it does come. But that could be what the president's trying to decide. If that's true, does he tell us right now or does he wait? That could be part of it. The earth changes. You've heard me talk about the earth changes. It ties right into what would happen when this thing starts to come around. I think it's at least a year off, and that's why I haven't been talking about it, because I didn't want to get people overexcited when we had so much on our plates. But I think we're okay now. This is over. We got this one done. And we just need to have our eyes open. We can't think, okay, we're safe now. We have to look at these things. Because again, knowledge is power. If it is true, it's going to be the same drill. We're going to get people prepared with the same things we're talking about now. So our role doesn't change any. And again, I don't think there's this thing has passes where you hardly know it's going by, right? No worse earth changes than we have already. That it's not here yet, and the earthquakes are really ramping up. I mean, there's a lot of signs that something's going on. Again, I'm not saying 100%, but just keep an open mind. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be earth-ending. This thing is coming around who knows how many times. We're still here. We've survived it. And again, I'm not seeing a dangerous pass if it is coming. Just heads up. That's all this is. Yeah, okay. It doesn't make any difference what Biden does. Rhonda, how you doing? Listen. Google and Microsoft, I've been saying, Schmidt, Bezos, Zuckerberg, they're all going down probably for treason, and they're going to have their assets stripped. Soros is going to have his assets stripped. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the monsters are going to have their assets stripped. They thought they were working us. Guess what? We got the guns. Sorry, guys. Sorry, deep state. Sorry, globalism. It's over. They're all going down. Don, how you doing? Cecil? Listen, no one is going to, I'll guarantee you this. Well, President Trump will not allow forced vaccinations on Americans. Now, they might drag somebody out of the house and get a few people, but as soon as they start that crap, the Marines will be there to put an end to it. Mark my words. President Trump will not allow this. He knows what they're trying to do. It's not going to happen. Tessie, how you doing? Allison, hello. Garrett. Kevin, there's Kevin right there, guys. This is a guy you want a friend, Kevin Owens. Yeah. Christopher, how you doing? Secret Service? Well, yeah, they tried to get me to stop my live chats. I mean, that was the whole point of their visit. Supposedly, and I'm very careful. I know the law. My degree's in criminal justice, so I know what I can and can't say. Supposedly, and what they told me it was total horseshit. Well, because they said, well, you said something about executing, about executing President Obama. No, I never said that. I'm very careful about what I said. Well, you said it in the same you said Obama and execution in the same sentence. Our algorithms pick that stuff up. Well, wait a minute. If your algorithms pick it up and you guys have been trained properly, you have read through every one of those transcripts and you know that I never said it. That I never said I was going to execute or I condoned. I've said he was going to be tried and then executed as his sentence. Said that many times. And I'm still going to say it. And I can say that as many times as I want. Because he's going to go through a legal process. And he is going to get hung unless he suicides himself. And from that coward, I wouldn't be surprised. He's the lowest form of human you could have. All these people are. Anyone that can do this to a child, to another human being, is sickening enough. But to children, to elevate their adrenochrome levels, so when you drink their blood, you get a better high, and they think it makes them live longer. Who's going to vote for that? Is there anybody you know who's a Democrat today that's going to vote for that? Anybody who doesn't understand that President Trump's going to win the 2020 election with 90% of the vote is not awake. You're fooling yourself. You need to do more homework. You're going to suffer from cognitive dissonance if you don't address this issue. They're all going down. Nothing's going to save them. We should all be thankful. We should all be saying our prayers and thanking all of the patriots that put their lives at risk to make this happen. Because there's a lot of guys that didn't make it out of this. There's a lot of casualties. You don't get in those kind of battles without casualties. Those are our new heroes. These sports jackasses and celebrities need to get kicked to the curb. These guys are the new heroes in America. Oh boy, there we go. Fat fingers. Thanks, Cecil. Secretary of State? Oh, well, yeah. Well, you mean Pompeo? Pompeo's, I think, solid. I don't think we have to worry about Pompeo. If you're talking about Clinton, yeah, Clinton's going to get hung. Teddy, how you doing? Ordered more silver from SD Bullion. Good job, Teddy. Robert, how you doing? Gilbert, what's up? Libertarian is my vote. Tessie 2, how you doing? Gilbert Slate. No, it's Easter. We won't put you in detention today. Garrett's bought 10 more ounces. I guess I was buffering for some people. Go back and watch the replay if you missed anything. The replays have been coming out good. The Secret Service didn't tell me any secrets. No, they asked me to quit. You know what I told them? I told them they'd have to kill me. You should have seen their jaws drop. And they both looked at each other. No, we're not going to have a Watchman party, guys. I'm not getting into politics. Not going to go that route. God's got a job for me. I'm doing God's work. Thanks, David. I think that property tax might be going away. We'll see what happens. No matter what, we're going to be a lot better off, guys. Well, it's not going to call it's events that the Bible described. Go watch some of the videos on it. Go to YouTube and Google Nibiru. You'll find hundreds, if not thousands, of videos. Or Planet X. Don't buy the premium coins, guys. You're wasting your money. And don't buy gold. Silver is going to outperform gold 10 times guaranteed. The historical ratio is 10 to 1. For 5,000 years, it's been 10 to 1. It comes out of the ground 10 to 1. As soon as this thing breaks, silver's going to jump up to 10% of gold as gold stays stagnant. Now, it's going to go up, but silver's going to move with it. Silver's going to outperform gold 10 times, and within 10 years, silver's going to surpass gold. So think about that. There's a reason God showed me silver. There's a reason God showed me Litecoin. I have 0 gold, and I've got like a 100th of a Bitcoin or something like that. Only because I own some of it, and I want to keep a little piece. I sold all my Bitcoin off at 19.5 or 19.6 and bought Litecoin for a reason, because God showed me. Use your critical thinking skills. Question everything you see. Do your own homework. Justin, what's up? Tom, what's up? And Susie's one of the Dance Angels. Her big tip for tonight, and trust me, her first 2 were very good. So we're not going to judge her here. Her tip tonight, American Idol is a rerun. Thanks, Susie. Good work. Todd, how you doing? Christopher. Todd. Yeah. We got 2 Todds? Yeah. Todd 1, Todd 2. What's up, guys? God, 107. Good day, guys. Susie doesn't like Gates. No, there aren't going to be any forced vaccinations. Not for long. Amanda, how you doing? These people are sick. Oh, and before I forget, Amanda is writing a book, maybe one of the first ones on what's going on, about her experiences with the swine flu and now the virus, and getting involved with the Watchmen. So go to her page, and it's Watch This is the name of the book. So she's got a page called Watch This. Go and sign up. Listen, the Dems are going to have no choice. The liberals are going to have no choice. Everyone in the world is going to get a red pill. It will be force-fed to them if they don't want to take it on their own. This is going to be on the news 24/7. You won't be able to hide from it. You won't be able to deny it. Everybody in the world is going to be talking about it. Thousands, tens of thousands of monsters that are going to go down with this. I look so fatherly. Thank you. I think. See you, Susie. Thanks for the tip. Go watch Dancing with the Stars. Was it Dancing with the Stars? That was what it was? Epstein didn't kill himself. That's correct. We almost lost our country. Very true. Jeremy. Susan, how you doing? Got Matt from Tampa. How you doing, Matt? Yeah. Listen, Fauci is a globalist. Fauci works for Gates. Fauci might go down for treason. Gates is definitely, he's a dead man walking. Bill Gates is a dead man walking. There's a rumor he got arrested this morning. They tagged him and released him. We'll see how that plays out. But I'll guarantee you one thing. He's going down. Sherry just ordered more silver. Yeah, I guess I am the principal. Thanks, Manny. Thanks, CJ. Brian in Michigan says all things are good. Awesome, guys. All things are good everywhere, guys. It's all in the perception. When you know what's going on, there's no reason to be fearful. There's no reason to have any anxiety or fear, worry. We should be celebrating what's happening right now. This is man's greatest accomplishment. Let it sink in. This is huge. This changes the world forever. I can't overemphasize how big this is. How big, what's happening right now, how big it is. SS. Thanks, Cecil. For God and country. I am not going to be a politician. God already has me signed up for my job. You're welcome, Kevin. Thank you for the help. Rita, how you doing? Rita's happy this is almost over. Paul, how you doing? Paul's late. We're not gonna put you in detention because it's Easter. Danny, what's up? Deep state is going down for sure. Litecoin's going to have the greatest return on investment of any asset in history. Heidi, my sister-in-law, how you doing, Heidi? Keith, how you doing? Susie's laughing. Okay, Susie. Deborah, how you doing? We're all American Idols. There you go. I think the Watchmen are going to be famous. I think so. There you go, Cecil. Cecil, please tell Susie that we're better to watch than American Idol. Kathy, how you doing? William, what's up? Buddy from Montana. No detention on Easter. Jeff from Canada, how you doing, buddy? Good to have you on board. Buy it tonight. You can buy physical silver and Litecoin right now. Get online and buy it. Don't wait, guys. Don't want to wait till tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. This could all go down tomorrow. Thanks, Deborah. Yeah. I had a good Easter. I got a workout in. Carolyn, what's up? Barbara, hello. Garrett, how you doing? Candace, how are you? Friend from the Bay Area. David is telling me that he knows President Trump is watching our show. Welcome, President Trump. I hope you are. Come anytime. I'd like to do an interview with you if you're watching. Well, even if you're not watching, I'd still like to do an interview with you. It would be my first. You'll be the first. Be an honor. Kathleen, don't go overboard on me. This is a good thing. Everybody that's been working on this deserves the rewards that God is going to bring to us. Don't make this about something it's not. Patricia, how you doing? Yeah, listen, guys, if I was looking for fame, I wouldn't be doing this. Because the way my name has been dragged through the mud the last 5 years, it's not conducive to being famous, or at least the way you want to be famous. So I was happy to just have this thing end. It's going to be what it is. It's in God's hands. And whatever comes, I'm ready for it. Okay, guys, that's the end of the questions. Got to be positive. Start with, how would you like to be a part of the greatest transfer of wealth in human history? That's what you have to lead with. Let's use that to the end. Every person matters. Every minute counts. Let's keep pushing. Every day we're getting more people. Every day we're changing families' lives for the better, for generations. There will never be an opportunity like this. For as long as we do good, we're never going to have the opportunity that we have right now to get as many people on board. This is life-changing for generations for families. We'll have people committed to being good, doing good, with the wealth that God is going to reward us with. Never are we ever going to have an opportunity like this in history. Let's make the most of it. Every person matters. Let's keep pushing, guys. End it with our prayer. For God and country, amen. I'll see you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific. God bless.